2023 advanced level paper. MCQ. I am not going to discuss all questions, right? These are the selected questions, and I think even though I took these questions also, those are not that much hard, right? When there are little mistakes, I selected those. So as you say, in 2023 paper, there are only a few questions discussed, right? You can handle all other questions, right? Very good. And 5, 7, 8, anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Only 18 questions, right? In total, you all say these are the 18 questions I should discuss. That's it. All of you can handle 32 questions out of 50. It's a very good score. In total, you all say only 18 questions out of the whole paper I should discuss. That means, but all of you have scored more than 32, right? Is it? Right? So it's a good trend, right? I don't know. I'm not going to search all the answers which I have done, but I guess that you are not lying, right? You have scored that much. Maybe among good students you are not lying, right? Okay. I will start from the 5th question. 2023 MCQ. Question 5. What are the primary books used to record initial investment of Mihiri and the transaction number 3 and 5 in the order of their occurrence? Right. So that is based on that detail, right? There's a detail. This is the detail. Mihiri commenced the trading business on 1st January 2023 by investing 500,000 in cash and furniture worth 400,000. This business was registered for value-added tax on this day. However, assume that there is no VAT on purchases. The following transactions took place during the month. The question asks, what are the primary books used to record initial investment of Mihiri and the transaction 3-5? For the initial investment, you want the general journal, right? That is the primary book. Transaction number 3, sold goods costing 254, 345 on cash, inclusive of VAT, that is cash receipts journal. 5, issued a check to settle the amount payable to Deshan, its cash payments journal. There should be general journal, cash receipts journal, and cash payments journal. Answer is initially the person invested cash also, right? Therefore, you have to take the cash journal also. Right? Cash journal, general journal, cash receipts journal. Okay, first the cash receipts journal, general journal, again cash receipts journal and cash payments journal. The answer is cash receipts journal, general journal, cash receipts journal and cash payments journal. Is it answer number 4? Answer number 4. Yes, I think the other mistake you may have made is initial investment cash should be recorded in cash receipts journal. So you have to remember that also. Anyway, we put opening entries. Even though we put opening entries to record the investment, since it's a cash investment, that should be recorded in cash receipts journal as well. Understood? That is question number 5. That type of discussion is sufficient, right? I'm not going to discuss what is the meaning of cash receipts journal and the payments journal and stuff. Right. Then question number 7. The profit shown in the draft financial statements of Samagi PLC for the year ending 31st March 2023 was 306,000. The following errors were revealed. The following errors were revealed after the preparation of financial statements. The surplus of 120,000 resulted from the second time revaluation of motor vehicle during the year has been recognized as other income. However, this surplus has been accounted without considering the revaluation deficit of 80,000 that had been recognized for the motor vehicle in the prior year. A maintenance expense of the photocopying machine relevant for the current year, rupees 30,000 was paid on 1st April 2022 and it has been debited to the office equipment account and credited to the cash account. The office equipment has been depreciated at 20% per annum on cost. What is the correct profit? So here there is a sort of profit rectification to do. How to do the profit rectification? You know, you have to start with the draft profit, right? And if you debit any entry for any income or expense, you have to deduct that from the draft profit. Right? When you credit to any income or expenses account, you have to add that on the draft profit. Therefore, here take the draft profit 360,000. This is the draft profit. Surplus of 120 resulted from the second time revaluation. It's a second time revaluation surplus of motor vehicle during the year has been recognized as other income. However, this surplus has been accounted without considering the revaluation deficit of 80,000 of last year. You know, when there is a revaluation deficit, that should have charged to profit and loss account in prior year. The revaluation deficit usually charged to profit and loss. While having the deficit which you have charged to profit and loss account, if second time revaluation generates a profit, then the revaluation surplus should be accounted in this way. The total revaluation gain should be debited to the asset account, and that deficit should be credited to profit and loss. The amount which you have already charged profit and loss should be reversed. I have discussed this one by I took some separate examples and discussed. Then the excessive deficit, excessive surplus, only the amount it should be credited to the reserve account. That should go to OCI. Understand? Therefore, that excess surplus should be shown as OCI, but that 80,000 should be credited to profit and loss. From that amount, profit should be increased. So at that 8,000, wait, what they have done is they have taken this entire 120 as another income. Then what you have to do? The entry to rectify, you are not asked to write the journal entry. Entry to rectify should be what? Other income debit. Here they have taken how much? Yes, only 80,000. They can consider this 80,000 as other income, no problem. But the most appropriate way is not showing on the other income. I asked you to just deduct this from other expenses. But what they have done is they have taken this 180 as other income, but only 80,000 you can take as an income. That 40,000 should be reversed. Profit and loss account debit 40 and credit that to where? Revaluation surplus. 40 should be reversed to surplus, but they have taken this entire 120 as other income. That means they have taken this 120 as a part of the profit, but only 80 should be taken as a profit. That 40 should be reversed. Understand? That 40 you have deduct from the draft. By that amount should be credited to a revaluation reserve. Next, the maintenance expense of the photocopying machine relevant for the current year, 30,000 was paid on 1st April 2022, has been debited to office equipment account and credited to the cash. Here the first problem is that should be debited to profit and loss. They have taken this as a part of an asset. You have to reverse this. Maintenance debit, asset account, credit. Take this 30 as an expense. And not only that, as they haven't taken this to the asset, this had not been depreciated. You have to calculate depreciation. Understand? Then, now, they have already depreciated, so that is what I have said. Because they haven't accounted this as an expense. Instead, they have debited this to an asset account. If they have debited this to an asset account, they should have depreciated this as well. Therefore, on this 30,000, they should have calculated 20% per annum, that is 6,000. Because this is an expense which was incurred on 1st April 2022, that is exactly at the beginning of the year. Understand? Therefore, that 6,000 should be reversed. Provision for depreciation debit, depreciation credit. Therefore, at this 6 pack, that is, this is the excessive depreciation, it is not required to make, but they have depreciated. Now take the correct answer. 360 minus 70, 296. This is the correct profit. Answer number 5. Answer number 5. Answer number 5. We are doing 2023 delivery. Yeah. Have you done this? Have you done? Next. Question number 8. Aruni Traders is a sole proprietorship during the year ending 31st March 2023. So the best thing is when it goes to MCQ, first I read the required part. So then you initially get an idea. Otherwise, although you take although you read the entire detail, still you have no idea what I should do this. Right? With that idea, reading this is important. What are the correct gross profit and net profit? You have to calculate the correct gross profit and correct net profit. So that is better. Correct gross profit and correct net profit. At the last, the gross profit and net profit given. GP 150, NP 800. With that idea, you better read this. Aruni Traders is a sole proprietorship during the year 31st March 2023, and inventory cost in 20,000 was fully destroyed, and 80% of this loss was reimbursed by the insurance company. No adjustment had been made in the books of account for the loss of inventory and the insurance claim. However, the closing inventory had been ascertained based on the physical stock available, the gross profit and the net profit for the year given. You have to just account only this destroyed stock. The best thing, with respect to this destroyed stock 20,000, they will get an insurance claim of 80%. That is 16,000. What is the WF? Insurance they have received, right? Insurance company reimbursed this. Then we have reimbursed how much? Cash account debit 16,000. Profit and loss account debit 4,000, right? And when the stocks are destroyed, the credit debit should go to purchasers. You better credit this to purchasers. Purchase account debit 20,000. Now let's see the impact of this on profit. Profit and loss account debit 4. So that affects only to net profit. This should be deducted from net profit. Understand? Then purchase account credit. When you credit this 20 to purchase account, add that 20 on profit. Understand? Therefore, purchase account credit 20. Add 20 on gross profit. Okay? If gross profit change by 20, net profit will also be changed by 20, and this 20 on net profit also. Okay? Now, date will be correct gross profit 170, correct net profit 860. Sorry, this is 96. Answer number 5. Answer number 5. Okay, Shelly. If you do not use my shortcuts, then it is hard. Always use the shortcut. What is the shortcut? When you are rectifying the profit, profit equals income minus expenses. To increase the profit, income should be increased and expenses should be decreased. To decrease the profit, income should be decreased and expenses should be increased. Increasing income is Decreasing expense also credit. If you credit to any income or expense, add that on profit. If you debit, these are debit to any income or expense, deduct that from the profit. So that is what I did. Profit and loss debit straight away. That affects only the net profit. But profit and loss, this goes to other expenses. So that does not affect to gross profit. This affects only net. But purchase credit, when you credit that to purchase, credit kalana add kalana. Purchase value කරනකොට gross profit එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ඒක net profit එකක් වැඩි වෙනවා. මොකද GP එක වැඩි වෙනවද දැනක net profit එකක් වැඩි වෙන නිසා. ඕක තමයි. Right. Question 9. Hello. MCQ කරනකොට පුළුවන් තරම් shortcuts වලින් කරන්න. හරි අපි දන්න shortcuts. ඕනෑමට නම් හිතන්න ගියහම සමහර වෙලාවට යා මේක වරදයි. දැන් අර question එක මෙහෙම හිතුවා. stock එක loss වුණාම profit එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ. අතරම අන්තිමලා තියෙන net profit එකක් වැඩි වුණා. plus profit එකක් වැඩි වෙනවා. කල්පනා කරලා හොඳයි. තියෙන stocks එක ටික ඔක්කොම ගිනි තියෙනවා. මොකද වෙන්නේ profit එක වැඩි වෙනවා නේ. ඒක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Next. The real story that has something else. 9. What is the prime cost? Use the following information. You have to calculate the prime cost. Earlier PLC, a manufacturing business, commenced its operations on 1st April 2022. The following information relates to the transactions occurred in the business during the year ending 31st March 2023. Cost of machinery purchased on 1st April 2022. Useful life 10 years. Cost of raw material purchase, direct labor cost, production overhead, excluding machine depreciation. Additional information: 20% of raw material purchase remained as the inventory asset 31st March 2023. Work in progress as at 31st March 2023 was 450 million. The work in progress is valued at the prime cost. The raw materials costing 550 million was fully destroyed during the year. Let us calculate the prime cost. How to take the prime cost? No opening inventory plus purchase of inventory 5,500 minus destroyed stock 550 and 20% of material remain. Closing stock 1,100. It is 20% of this. Right? Then this is cost of raw material consumed. Then direct labor 4,000 work in progress they value at prime cost, therefore deduct that 450 here WIP. Prime cost is 7,400. 7,400. 9. What is the other one? 1 and 2. Yeah, the thing is, මේක දැන් හදනකොට මම තනියෙන් කල්පනා කරන දෙයක්. ඔයාලගේ සිලබස් එකේ කොහෙවත් ප්‍රයිම් කොස්ට් එකට work in progress value කරන එක උගන්වන්න කියලා නැහැ. ඒක අයින් කරලා තියෙන අතර. ඉස්සර තිබුණා. මම ඉගෙනනකොට ඒක. ඔයාලට මේක මෙහෙම ඉස්සර එකක් තිබ්බ කියලා මම උගන්වන්න නැද්ද කියන්නේ. ඉස්සර work in progress prime cost එක adjust කරන්න කියලා එකක් උගන්වන්න ඔයාලගේ සිලබස් එකේ නැහැ. ඔයාලට teachers guide කරන් එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. එයාලා work in progress උගන්වන්න දීලා තියෙන්නේ කොහෙද? adjust කරන්න දීලා තියෙන්නේ යටින්. total production cost එක. ඒතර ළමෙක් කියන්නේ යාළුවා පස්සේ කල්පනා කරන්නේ නැති ඒක සිලබස් එකේ මේ විදිහට නැති නිසා ළමෙක් misunderstand කරන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද සිලබස් එකේ නැති ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න බෑනේ. ඒ නිසා අරකට marks දෙන්න. But this is the correct answer. I have taught that in the class. ඔය කතන්දරේ එක ගොඩක් කල් කියන්නේ අවුරුදු ගානකට කලින් ඒක නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ යාළුවා prime cost case එක කොහෙවත් නැහැ. ඒ නිසා වෙන්න තියෙන කරන්නේ නැති කියලා. according to the question, answer is this one. Work in progress. Next. Again, some bonus number. Next. Hurry. 13th one. You ask you to discuss 13th. Which of the following statements? See this. Which of the following statements is correct as per the section 24 of the Partnership Ordinance 1890? Correct. All partners are entitled to share the profits and losses equally. Yes, correct. A retiring partner is entitled to an interest of 5% per annum on the amount due him or her at the time of retirement. Retiring partner is entitled to an interest of 5% per annum on the amount due to him. Yes, it's correct. No, it's wrong. Why? They are asking about section 24. It is there in section 42. Understand? Okay, 24 is retired partner, existing partner. Existing partner is 5%. Make a retired partner. Make a 5% given section 24 section 42. Every partner may take part in the management of the partnership but not entitled to receive a remuneration in this respect. Yes, correct. A and C are correct. Answer number 3. Section 24 and 42 partnerships section hari knowledge exam 100% syllabus stage everything you have done. Syllabus is fully covered. 14. Correct account balance of PL. So it's a partnership. Next. Sorry, not correct. Current account balance of PL asset that was much 2003. PL's current account. See the 14th one. Capital account, current account. PL Lal and name carried out a partnership sharing profits and losses equally. The balances of capital and current accounts of the partnership as at 1st April 2024 given. अब इन कहानी में के current account balance of PL में हमारा PL के लिए करा current account में कहा था opening balance, credit balance से कहते हैं PL. This is balance. As per the partnership agreement, each partner is entitled to an annual salary of 800. And PL का salary का number 800. And 10% annual interest on the opening capital balance. यार capital balance से 6,000 और 10% हम लोग क्या यार interest on capital का हम 600. ने इस बात से the partnership reported a draft profit of 5,100. 5,100 draft profit का कितना? Making interest on capital में आया कि अगले नॉन is 6,000, 4,000, 2,000 के लिए 12,000 into 10% के लिए 1,200. आई पाना salary का each partner is entitled to an annual salary of 800 में एक 2,400 उनका salary आएगा. इसके पास से PL has paid 300 for current year expenses of the partnership from his personal money, but it is not been accounted in the books of partnership. That is something we have to clear this up. He has personally paid an expense of the partnership. It's not accounted. But again, what is the double entry of that? Partnerships especially 4 points. Partner expense का pay कला देना पड़ेगा. partner කෙනෙක් partnership එකේ employee කෙනෙක් විතර වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන්. partner කෙනෙක් partnership එකට එයාගේ asset එකක් print out කරන්න පුළුවන් building එකක්. හරිද? මම වෙනම discuss කරනවා. You better go and read those. I will discuss one by one. Then මෙතන මේ මිනිස්සයා current year expense එකක් එයාගේ අතින් pay කරලා තියෙනවා 300. මොකද ඒකේ double entry එක? That's an expense of the partnership. Expense account debit is current account credit. Credit is 300 to current account of PL, and don't forget it's an expense, it's not accounted. Therefore this profit is wrong. You have to correct this profit. You have to take this 300 also as a part of the profit. Therefore from this 5100 deduct this 300 to take the correct profit. This is sort of draft. I may expense එක consider කරන්න නැතුව ඒක profit එක හොයලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක වැරදි. එතකොට ඒකේ draft profit කියලා කියනවා. then Nil retired from the partnership on 30th March 2023. On this date, the goodwill of the partnership is 1,200 and it should be adjusted through the capital account. Yeah, that's all. Right? Then take the correct profit. $3,900. Is it 1,200? Share this 1,200 among partners according to their old profit sharing ratio equally is 1/3 to PI is 400. PR's balance is 2,900. Answer number 4. Correct. Answer number 4. Correct. Then number 16. It's a good question. This pattern question समाज में कराता है. मैं डेढ़ का खाली चला नहीं कि ना ना අලුයන් ගෙදර ගිහලා ආයෙ බලක් කරලා ඉවරලා බලන්න මේ රෙකෝඩින් එකක් අරගෙන ඉපස්සේ නේ. මොකද ඒකයි දැන් මාන්සස් දාගෙන කලා කියලා යනවා ඒක නේ වෙන්නේ. මමයි මේක කරන්නේ. නමකට. එයා. ඒ හිටපු ගමන් එන්නේ. හිටපු ගමන් එන්නේ. එයා වික්ටෝස්. හරි. 16. Total income and total expenses to be recognized. Income, expenses. Take total income and expenses. Sales is an income. Gross profit is 1,500. So when you take the gross profit, you have to take the difference of cost of sales. Cost of sales you have to take as an expense here. Again 2,200. Other income 600. Profit before tax 1,200. Profit after tax 800. The difference is tax. You have to take that as an expense 400. And here there is one more thing to take, that is we get gross profit take 2,100. 2,100 වලට other income 600 එකතු කළාම 2,700. This minus expenses equals to profit before tax. If the profit before tax is 1,200, expenses should be 1,500. That also you take. A surplus of 700 has been arisen from revaluation of machinery of the company for the second time on 31st March 2024. The profit for the current year of company has been calculated without considering this revaluation. Second time revaluation. The deficit recognized of the first time revaluation of machinery was 300. Anyway, this is the story. Right? Whatever the facts, revaluation gain is an income. Take this 700 as an income. It's an income. The place you may credit here will be different. Sometimes it is treated as profit and loss. Sometimes it's taken to OCA, but anyway it's an income, right? Why? What is the definition of income? Any increase in equity other than capital introduction. Any decrease in equity other than profits or expenses. So with that idea, get the income 5,800, expenses 4,300. Answer number 5. Answer number 5. Itu hari kan dia tu satu. Jadi kan. All family में income expenses के लिए क्या ना profit and loss statement दे करना नोट करता हूँ तो हमें गान में definition है. मगर income में क्या है? Any increase in equity other than capital introduction. Expense क्या है? Any decrease in equity other than capital repayments to owners. So that is how you have to think. Some income may affect to profit and loss, but some expenses, some income may not affect to profit and loss. In both income and expenses. ඒකනේ අතරම income and expenses එක්ක යන්නේ profit and loss එකට. එහෙම නැත්නම් යන්නේ OCA එකට. ඕක තමයි අපිට ඉගෙන ගන්න දෙන කතාව. Some income and expenses are going through profit and loss. Some income and expenses are going through OCA. So that's the story. Ilan 17. Other comprehensive income and total comprehensive income for the year. OCI and TCI. මෙන්න ඒක ආන්සර් එක මෙහෙම කරන්න. ඒක අර කොමන් ක්වෙස්චන් එකක්. හැමදාම දෙකේ ප්‍රශ්න දෙකක් තියෙනවා අහලා බලන්න හැම පේපර් එකක. එතන මෙහෙම ලියන්න ඕනේ. business එකක net profit. ඒ කියන්නේ profit for the year. plus OCA. This equals to TCA. අපමණ හදන්න. එලා ඉස්සලා මේක යන්නේ OCI මේකේ මේ OCI केस එක කියන්නේ මෙතන. මේකේ gross profit තියෙනවානේ. profit before tax, profit after tax. Profit after tax is the profit for the year. හැබැයි මේක කියනවා නේද අර revaluation එකේ පොඩි අවුලක් තිබුණා කියලා. Revaluation surplus has been arisen of machinery of the company for the second time. Make the deficit of last year 300. Either 300 should be credited to profit and loss, but they haven't credited them. एक हरियाणा credit कराना profit and loss से कहते हैं. मैं आगे के profit for the year. Profit after tax is the profit for the year. ये सामान्य terms हमें देखना चाहिए. उसके उल्टा वेरा से निकल गई. The 800 plus 300 is 1,100. Understand? 1,100 is the net profit. Okay. Revaluation surplus 700 वली 300 profit टिकट माई अपला दान माने तो इतना 400 should go to OCI. Okay. Then the DCI is 1,500. Answer is OCI 400, TCI 1,500. Answer number 2. Correct? Yes, answer number 2. So good question. ඔය පැටර්න් එක චුට්ටක් පරිස්සමෙන් හදන්න විභාගෙදී. අර දෙනවද රිවැලුවේෂන් හැමතැනම වරද්දනවා කියලා. පටලනවා කියලා. ඒ නිසා තමයි මම ඔයාලට උත්තර දුන්නේ. මම මේ පැටර්න්ස් මම එකම ක්වෙස්චන් එක එක ක්වෙස්චන්ස් අරගෙන එක එක පැටර්න්ස් වලට හදලා පෙන්නනවා. ඒක හරියට ස්ටඩි කරපු ළමෙක් මම හිතන්නේ මේක වරද්ද. මම හිතන්නේ ඒක කරද්දී එකක් ගන්නකොට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න කියලා මතකද? how it is affected to OCI, how it is affected to DCI. I prepared you for this question. මම කිව්වා මේ වගේ ආන හැමදාම දෙනවා. මම එකක් ගන්නකොට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරලා කියලා මතකද? මේ මේකට මේක ඉම්පැක්ට් එක ඉවරද කියන්නේ මේක ඉම්පැක්ට් එක OCI වලට මෙච්චරයි DCI වලට මෙච්චරයි ප්‍රොෆිට් එක මෙච්චරයි නිකන් නෙවෙයි කට කනවට නෙවෙයි කියන්නේ නේ කියලා කට කන හරි that's it 20 you asked me to discuss 20 බලන්න miss 20th one is the name Aman yeah Amar PLC purchased a machine costing 3,600 on 1st April 2020. On this date, the useful life and the residual value of machine were estimated as 8 years and 400,000 respectively. The useful life and the residual value of the machine were reviewed on 1st April 2022. Accordingly, the originally estimated useful life and the residual value of the machine were revised as 6 years and 600,000 respectively. The depreciation expense of the machine to be recognized for the year ending 31st March 2023 as per LK 16, property, plant and equipment. Let's see, it's not hard, right? බලන්න. මේක වෙන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. එයාලා ඉනිෂියලි මැෂින් එකක් ගත්ත 3600 වලට on this date the useful life and the residual value. Residual value එක 400 ලු. Useful life එක 8 years ලු. එහෙනම් මේකේ depreciation වෙන්නේ 400 නේ annually. දැන් කියනවා මේක අරගත්තේ first date 2020 ආ. දැන් අපි දන්නවනේ මේ estimation change එකකදී asset එකක් revalue කරලා asset එකක් depreciate කරන්නේ කොහොමද? Remaining depreciable value divided by remaining useful life. ගොඩක් කරපු questions. එතකොට මේකේ 3600 cost එකෙන් අඩු කරන්න new residual value is 600. This minus accumulated depreciation up to now. මේක අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ 1st April 2020 කියන්නේ 31st March 2021 වෙනකොට අවුරුද්දයි 31st March 2022 වෙනකොට අවුරුදු දෙකයි 2 years gone. එහෙනම් 400 දෙකක් ගියා කියන්නේ 800 කියන depreciate කළා. දැන් කියනවා estimated useful life and the residual value of the machine. Estimated useful life is 6 years. So divide this by 6 years. Understand? What I give? Years and the useful life and the residual value of the machine were reviewed on 1st April 2022. The originally estimated useful life and the residual value of the machine were no, this is not 6. This should be 4. Why? Because originally decided useful life should be 6. Again, from the beginning that should be 6, not the remaining. Remaining useful life is 6 again. Original useful life from the beginning should be 6 years, of which 2 years were gone. Understand? Divide this by. Class number 4. Otherwise, evaluation का part confusing. They should clearly state it. Originally decided, can you get that idea? But the way they have presented that English is not nice. If I have given this one the same idea, you can say it was designed as the useful life from the beginning or something. That is what this is the original, right? 22. Which of the following statements are correct according to LKS 37? Provision, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. Contingent assets should not be recognized in statement of financial position. Yes. Provision should not be recognized for future operating losses. For the future operating losses. Just wait. Contingent liabilities are recognized in the statement of financial position only when there is a possible obligation. Contingent liabilities are recognized in the statement of financial position only when there is a possible obligation. Here the problem is, usually we say the contingent liabilities are not recognized. But when they say contingent liabilities are recognized in the statement of financial position only when there is a possible obligation, here the problem. When there is a possible obligation, hereafter this won't be a contingent liability. Understand? So that is the problem. The way they have presented is not sound. It's not good. And the second, if you refer the second again, provisions should not be recognized for future operating losses. Actually, operating losses we don't make any provision because operating losses are the day-to-day operations. For that one, we don't make any provision. Therefore, anyway, B is wrong. See, contingent liabilities are recognized in the statement of financial position only when there is a possible obligation. I have to say that is correct because you remember when it goes to a court case, is a court case filed against a company. Listen. When there is a court case against a company, when lawyers say there is a possibility, I ask you to make a provision for that. So that is what the point they are highlighting here. Contingent liabilities are recognized in the statement of financial position only when there is a possible obligation. When lawyers say it is possible, we made a provision. I think that is what the point they want to stress out. But here the problem, the way they have started is not nice. Contingent liabilities are recognized. On any reason, we don't recognize contingent liabilities. If you supposed to recognize that in financial position statement, that is not furthermore a contingent liability, that will be a provision. Understand? So they have better say contingent liabilities may become provisions when there is a possible obligation. But I think the suggested answer should be AB. Is that the answer given there? Fifth answer. Provision should not be recognized. We can't say the C is correct. Contingent liabilities are recognized. Can you come up with it? You have to say it's wrong. Contingent liabilities are not recognized. They mean provision should not be recognized for future operating losses. Shall we take AB as the answer? Right? Because here the future operating losses means sometimes, yeah, you better take AB. What is the answer here given? This is suggested as AB. Is the answer like that? Shall we take fourth one? Because contingent liabilities are recognized, we can delete that one because anyway the contingent liabilities are not recognized because if you are supposed to recognize that is not a contingent liability further. So you better take AB, right? Provision should not be recognized because we have to make provision of should not be. Shall we take the fourth one as the answer? The way they have presented the answers are a little bit confusing, right? Yeah. The answer is wrong, right? You have taken 1 or 4. You have mentioned the 4. That is the answer. This fourth is the answer, right? You better take that answer. Next one, 25. A company asked the total production cost per unit for the year ending 31st March 2023. A company which produces only a single product commenced its operations on 1st April 2022. The costs incurred during the year ending 31st March 2023 were follows. Variable cost per unit, direct material cost, direct labor cost, production overhead cost. Total fixed production overheads were 1750. Annual production 25,000 unit. Total production cost per unit for the year. Total production cost. Total production cost should include both variable and fixed production, right? All the production costs. Okay, direct material 90, direct labor 50, production overhead 60. In variable fixed production overhead total is 1750 and divide this by 25,000 units. Take this 70 here. Answer number 3. It's a real easy question. एक गाना मैंने किसी को भी दिया है ना छोटी बाबे कौन करना 26. Which of the following statements are correct as to overheads of a manufacturing company? Commonly incurred production overheads are apportioned to the cost centers. Yes. Total overheads are difference between the total cost and the total production cost. Total overheads are the difference between the total cost and the total production cost. Now the total cost also includes a part of overheads. It's wrong. Overhead absorption rate is calculated based only on the machine hours or labor hours, not on how many bases there are. I discussed 6 bases there. There are 6 bases to discuss for absorption. Only answer A. A only, number 1. 27. Which of the following statement is the correct in relation to cost CVP analysis? At the break-even point, total sale value is equal to total fixed cost. Wrong. At the break-even point, total sale value is equal to total fixed cost. Total contribution equals to total fixed cost, not the sales. At the break-even point, total variable cost and the total fixed cost are recovered fully. At the break-even point, total variable cost and the total fixed cost are recovered fully. Yes. So that is why it's break-even. The contribution and profit are equal to each other for every unit sold beyond the break-even point. Contribution and profit are equal to each for every unit sold beyond the break-even point. Yes, because when you are in the break-even point, you have covered all your fixed cost. If you sell all the unit beyond that level, from that selling price, you have to anyway cover the variable cost. Because the variable cost is not covered there. For the excess units, anyway, there's a variable cost. From your sales, you will cover the variable cost. Then the sales minus variable cost will be your contribution. The contribution will be your profit after the break-even point. That is correct. Therefore, B, C are correct. Answer 4. Okay, answer 4. Answer 4. Then 39. This is the very first time I'm doing this. I'm paper this is the very first time I'm doing this. 39. I can put a digger betting glass. Katandra coming here. I can uncle betting for the moon. True, false, 39. Ravi and Sadhu carry out a partnership, sharing profits and losses equally. The following information is extracted from the current account of the partners. Ravi, Sadhu. Identify following for the year ending 31st March 2023. So is this hard? Who asked me to discuss this? 39 discuss කරමු. Right. Let's බලන්න. The profit share of Ravi, total profit apportioned to Sandul. The profit of the partnership. Right, let's see. Ravi and Sandul are the partners. Are in the hand is the profit share of Ravi. The current account is opening clear. Opening balance is credit. Salaries salaries paid to partners interest from capital share of profits closing balances. Now we make a difference. If you take the difference, is it 900? The difference you take. This is Ravi, this is Sandul. Current account opening balance opening balance. This is 3,000, 2,000. Salary 1,400, 1,200. Salary paid. Debit करने वाला यार माइनस डाला था ना कि लेसी दिया कोयला में वर्किंग सर के हम करना शुरू हुए थे क्रेडिट करने को ना प्लस किया था डेबिट करने को ना माइनस के लगा that is the easiest meaning. Interest on capital 800 and 400. That's it. Share of profits. It's not given. And the closing balance 5,100, 3,500. Alice? 3,000, 3,400, 4,200. 4,200 to 900 out 5,100 pending. Better than 3,200, 2,200, 2,600. 900. These are the shares of profits. The political answer given share of profits of Ravi is 900. A. Total profit apportioned to Sandhu. The profit apportion के लिए क्या है यार profit के दोनों का profit apportion के लिए यार ने salary के लिए क्या है part of the profit. Interest of capital also part of the profit. Share of profits also part of profit. Profit apportion that is the profit given. Again 1,200 plus 400 plus 900, 1,600 again 2,500. Total profit apportion is 2,500. Then the profit of the partnership. Partnership के profit के कितना किया है? अभी दाना वाली मैं देखना था ना apportion करो profit का salary कितनी है ना 2,600. Interest of capital is 1,200. Share of profits is 1,800. Now मैं अलग share करने के लिए profit कितना है 5,600. It's 39. 40. Complete the following sentence in accordance with conceptual framework for financial reporting. The financial statements are normally prepared on the going concern assumption. It should be going concern. The right that has potential to produce. The right that has potential to produce economic benefit is defined as assets. The right that has the potential to produce economic benefit is defined as assets. Economic resources assets. Assets are here. Economic resources के लिए क्या तारीख no problem करते हैं. Assets are economic resources. मतलब लामे के बदले assets के लिए हम मान देना है. Should be assets. Assets are economic resources. मतलब इतने का मामूली होते हैं assets के. if you are writing there as it, you should get answers. The two factors that are considered when selecting a measurement basis are, these are the make a lagadi venas vecha kadandaraya. Those are nothing but the qualitative characteristics, relevance and faithful representation. Relevance and faithful representation. The two factors that are considered as being selected in a measurement basis are, you can name ඉස්සර ඔකට වෙනම කතන්දරයක් තිබුණා right ඉස්සර කියනවා මේ to take the measurement basis there are some factors economic resource මොකක්ද මේ කියන්නේ possible inflow of resources embedding economic benefits are possible ඔම කතන්දර ගොඩක් but now they say it's nothing but relevance and faithful representation right next that is question 1 44 pain cannot 44 The following information has been extracted from the books of account of a manufacturing company for the year ending 31st March 2023. Long-term loan, interest expense, income tax expense, the return on equity ratio and debt to equity ratio for the current years were calculated at 20% and 60% respectively. Balani. Long-term loan 12,000. Interest expense 1,200. Income tax expense 800. Return on equity. How to calculate return on equity? Profit for the year is return on equity divided by share capital plus reserves into 100. If the return on equity ratio is 20%, debt to equity ratio. Debt to equity ratio, how to calculate debt divided by equity into 100. So that is how to take the debt to equity ratio 20%. Calculate equity as at 31st March 2023. And then the profit for the year gonna yes, you have to calculate this. Better debt to equity, long term loan figure, better than 12,000 here. 12,000 क्या better? नहीं, long term loan के 12,000 में ना, मेरे 20% में ना, वह ऐसे नहीं calculate करना बोला मेरे लिए पे ना, it should be 60,000. मेरे 60,000 होता तो 20% में मतलब मतलब इक्विटी तो लगे थे 60,000 मतलब में share plus reserves के लगे नहीं इक्विटी मतलब this is 60,000 में मतलब profit for the year this into this how much again 12,000 is it मतलब में ये part A will translate here 60,000 is it correct following information has been estimated from the books of accounts of a manufacturing company. Long-term loan is 12,000. Interest expense 1,200. Income tax expense 800. The return on equity ratio and debt equity ratios are return on equity is 20%. The equity ratio is not 20%. It's 60%. Return on equity 20%. This is not 20%. This is 60%. So, this should be 60%. How many can do it? Debt to equity ratio is 60%. Then this is how much? $20,000, right? It's 20,000. Sorry. Equity is 20,000. The profit for the year should be 4,000. That's right. Next. Should be 4,000. Why? Everyone may dalat in hari answer kila 4,000. Yes. It's 4,000 anyway. Then interest coverage ratio times how take the interest coverage? Profit before interest and tax. Profit before interest and tax divided by interest is the interest coverage ratio. That's going to make a profit before tax. That's going to make it a profit for the year 4,000. Again, tax add current. Interest add current. That's going to make it add current 6,000. This is divided by interest 1,200. It is 5 times. ඔය මේක මේ හරියන්ස් එක කියලා එක දාගෙනක් තියෙනවා මේක. Understand? Ratios. Recently we discussed. ඒ කතා කරපු රේෂියෝ එක පාඩම් නම් මේක අනිත් පැත්තට දාලා හදන්න. හොඳම දේ තමයි අර මම ලියාගත්ත විදිහට ලියා ගන්නකොටම මේක ලියාගන්න. මට වැරදුනේ මම මේක හරි කරා. දිදරලා කියන නිසා 20% දෙකටම දාගත්තා. දිදරලා නේ කොහොමද කියන්නේ? Blur, right? දිදරලා ෆිල්ම් පාරයි. 44 it's done. 47. Stock levels. Yeah. The following information relates to 3 raw materials A, B, C used in manufacturing a product by an entity. Raw material required per unit, reorder quantity, reorder level, lead time in max. Weekly production of this product varies in the range of 300 to 500 units. Identify following. Reorder level of material A, maximum stock level of material B, minimum level of material C. Calculate. It's based on stock levels. Question 47. Reorder level equals maximum demand to maximum lead time. Maximum stock level equals reorder level minus minimum demand into minimum lead time plus reorder quantity. Then minimum stock level equals reorder level minus average demand into average lead time. How many? Tapi kahannya reorder level of A. ඉස්සරහට detail එක ගන්න. The following information relates to three materials ABC used in manufacturing product. මෙයාලා මේ කියන product එක හදන්න material තුනක් ඕනේ ABC. ඒ කියන product එකේ weekly production එක varies between 300 and 500. එමෙන්න කියන්නේ දැන් vary. එතකොට බලන්න. Raw material required per unit. අපිට ඕනේ කරන්නේ ඉස්සරහම product A. product A එකේ reorder level එක හදද්දී maximum demand එක නම් ගන්න වෙන්නේ 500 into 10 නේ. raw material required per unit is 10. 10 into අපිට කතා කරන්නේ weekly production. Then lead time also given in weeks. අවුලට එක හරියට බලන්න ඉස්සලා ගාඩ ඔක්කොම weekly දෙනවද කියලා නේ. එතකොට 500 into 10 කියන්නේ 5000 maximum demand. Maximum lead time 4. It is 20,000. Here your level is 20,000. Yeah, given as 2,000. It should be 20,000, right? 20. 2,000 हरिदार तो कर दी. Hari. 2,000 is 20,000. And then maximum stock level of material B. Material B के maximum stock level है भैया निकालिए. इससे क्या होगा? reorder level है कहाँ था? reorder level है कहाँ था? इतना 500 into 6. ये कहते 3,000. 3,000. Sorry, 500 into 8. 4,000. 4,000 into 6. 24,000. Minus minimum demand 300 into 8 2,400. Minimum lead time is 4 plus reorder quantity 20,000. 24,000 and 44,000 වලින් අඩු කරන්න 9,600. 34,400. See, 34,400. බලන්න මේක reorder level එක හරියද? reorder level කියන්නේ maximum demand into maximum lead time නේ. raw material required per unit 8. ඒක වැඩි කරන්න 500 වලින්. එතකොට 500 into 8 කියන්නේ 4,000, right? So 4,000 into 6, right? Yeah, 24,000, correct. Isn't it? Then this minus minimum demand into minimum lead time. Minimum demand can be 300. 300 into 8 is 2,400. 2,400 into 4. Yeah, 2,404. Right? Yes. Plus the order quantity is not 20,000. B निकालना B के reorder quantity होती है. हम एक आगे दिने reorder quantity की रखा A के reorder quantity का. इधर क्या दे? 24,000 plus 15,000 क्या 39,000 निकाल दो तो 9,600. तो आंसर के में नोट क्या 29,400. 629,000. Then minimum stock level of material C. C එකේ minimum stock level එක හොයන්න කලින් reorder level එක හොයන්න. C එකේ reorder level එක වෙන්නේ ඉස්සලාම ගන්න ඕනේ 500 into 6 3000 into 5 එකට 15000 average demand into average lead time මේක average කියලා ගන්න 5 into 8යි නේ ඒක average කළා කියලා කියන්නේ 4 into 500 2000 again because average production like 400 नहीं average production like 400 that into 6 2400 into average lead time 4 how many 9600 again 5000 this 5000 and that is what it said අමාරු නෑ හරියට කෙරවල කාලෙකට හදන්න තියෙනවා හැබැයි ටිකක් වෙලා යනවා ඉතින් ළමයි කියව කතා කරද්දී 2 hours මදි වගේ තියෙනවා ඉතින් මදි වගේ 2 hours 3 hours කරන්නේ more than 3 hours how many hours you took this for this 2 and 10 again your time is not sufficient for it and what students told is correct 50 a company is considering to purchase a machine. The expected useful life of this machine is 5 years. The estimated cash flows of the machine given. You have to calculate payback period, total net cash inflow in the 5th year, accounting rate of return based on average investment. Just let's do. Company is considered to purchase a machine. මොනවා කරන්නද අපි cash flows clear කරමු. Years 0 1 2 3 4 5 there purchase cost of the machine 8 to 50 working capital requirement 1000 very ඉතින් සාමාන්‍ය මේක විතර ලියන්න වෙන සෙකන්ඩ් පේජ් එකේ නේ මේක ෆස්ට් පේජ් එකේ ලියන්න කරලා unfair net cash inflow for annum 3300 for each year salvage value of the machine at the end of the useful life 1 to 50 स्क्रैप करके कुछ प्रश्न है कि हमारा बाल में काम पर अपना सॉल्यूशन है कि नॉट दिस इज द सॉल्यूशन the working capital can be recovered at the end of the useful life of the machine is depreciated on state time देखिए मैं कहता मैं बचने का में net cash inflow per annum के लगे पर मैं किस तरह से करना पड़ा होता है मतलब net cash inflow के ऊपर मैं के मैं का बजट फिलहाल दे cash inflow should be the net amount of all and that should include these two also but I guess they haven't taken that again दीना कितने बार दी net cash inflow per annum के अंदर net cash inflow per annum means the last answer that should include even these two they should separately state that does not include these two net cash inflow that should they haven't considered these two කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ හරියට නැත්නම් අපි misunderstand කරන්න පුළුවන් වල මිතුන් නැත්නම් කමක් නැහැ මත් කියන්නේ මිතන් දෙපා කියලා but it's a problem of the question they should clearly state net cash inflow කියලා කිව්වම it is nothing but the final answer They don't make makeup, they know it, but we guess they haven't taken it, right? Now, that's all. These are the cash flows. Alice? Payback period is purchase cost of machine 8 to 50 hari. Working capital requirement hari. Net cash inflow per annum 3,300. Salvage value of the machine at the end of the useful life 1,250. Working capital can be recovered at the end of the useful life of the machine. The machine is depreciated on straight line method. Payback period years. Like the payback period in hand 3,300, 3,300, 3,300, 9,900. 2 years and couple of months. You have to take as 2 years. Method of 6,600, 9,250, 6,600. Only 2,650. 2,650 you require from 3,300. This is 12. Here we do 10 point 9.6. 9.6. 2 years and 9.6 months. B. Total net cash inflow in year 5, 5,550. Part B. Make answer is 3 years ke hoya approximately 3 years ke make the exact answer aa jate hain please taking this as 10K. Average rate of return based on the average investment. Again, accounting rate of return, average rate of return is what? Accounting rate of return. Yeah. How to calculate the ARR? To calculate ARR, first you have to take what? Profits. You are given here net cash inflow per annum 3,300. 3,300 can net cash flow. This plus, this minus depreciation. Make a minus का depreciation. Because depreciation में दोने cost का 8 किसी 1 है. Step value का 1 to 50. Betul में 7,000 divide that by 5. 7,005 ini beda. 7,005 में जो है is 1,200. Yes. 7,000 divided by 5, 1,400. Depreciation is 1,400. This minus 1,400. This is the average profit. 1,900. Divide this by average investment. What is average investment? Initial investment plus scrap value divided by 2. मैं वाली क्या करता हूँ बड़ा suggested answer set को लगा मैं metering हाथना अरे एक नहीं एक प्रश्न है अब मैं बता रहा हूँ initial investment क्या है 250 plus क्या है scrap value 1 to 50 divide this by 2 किलो है 4750 to 100 किलो है ये है that is 1,900 divided by 4,750 into 100. What is the answer? 14. Exactly. 44%. Is that the answer? Okay. मैं मंगाई मत क्यों ना? वो यहाँ पे तो मैं तो मत कर दी क्या है? वो यार इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या मिलेगा? आई बार क्या स्क्रैप के लिए मिलेगा? अरे मैं हदों के लिए बैठ दी क्या मिले? මේ question එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. අනිත් එක සමහර ළමයි මේක average profit එක මෙහෙම ගන්න නැතුව මේකට යටම answers ටික ගන්න. ඒ ඔක්කොගෙම depreciation add කරලා average කරනවා. ඒ ඔක්කොම suggested answers මේකට. ඒක investment appraisal එකේදී කාලයක් කියන්නේ exactly ගන්න අතර මේ question එක දැක්කම හිතනවා මෙයා මේක කියනකොට මෙහෙමයි කියලා. ඒ නිසා මේකේ depreciation අඩු කරලා ගන්නවා කියන එක වඩා practical කියලා හිතනවා. investment එකත් ඒ නිසා මම මේක ඉතිරි ගත්තා. නමුත් මට කියනවා විභාගෙට ගියාම මෙහෙමම කරන්න කියලා තව ගන්නට තව විදිහක් තියෙනවා. Right. So that's all about the MCQ paper discussion of 2023.